Somewhere in the middle of a tight week, most people with a savings plan hit the same moment. The thing they planned for shows up. A car repair, a medical bill, a school cost they forgot was coming, and the plan that was supposed to protect them either bends, breaks, or gets quietly canceled before the next month. Not because they are reckless, because the plan was built for someone with more room. And if your savings plan has died more than once, this video is the honest version of why, and the $50 rule that actually survives. My name is Goodnews, and I spend most of my time analyzing financial data, studying money, investing, side hustles, and the habits that help ordinary people build extraordinary financial lives. Dinah and Brennan start in almost the same place. Same city. Same kind of week. Same feeling every payday that the money has already been spoken for before it even arrives. Dinah works the front desk at a dental office in Indianapolis. Brennan schedules service calls for a utility contractor across town. Their take-home pay sits in that low surplus zone where one small surprise can turn a calm week into a tense one. They both get to a point where they are done living like that. They both decide to save. Brennan does what the internet always says. He picks an ambitious monthly target because it sounds serious. He tells himself this time he is going to do it properly. The first month feels strong. The second month gets messy. By the third month, one extra bill lands at the wrong time, the target misses, and the whole thing quietly starts to fall apart. Not in some dramatic way. Just the usual way these plans die. One skipped transfer. Then a catch-up plan. Then another week where life gets there first. Then silence. Dinah goes in a different direction. Not because she is better with money. Not because she suddenly has more room. She just stops trying to save in percentages and starts using one fixed number instead. $50. Same amount. Same move. Same rhythm. That number is small enough to survive a real week and serious enough to start changing what her life feels like. That is the part most people miss when they ask how to save money on low income. The best system is not the one that sounds most impressive on paper. It is the one that is still standing when the month gets ugly. This is the part where I want to take the blame off you if it needs taking off. If you have started a savings plan 3 times and watched all 3 fall apart by month 2, that does not mean you are weak or careless or lazy. A lot of the usual advice was built for people whose money has a smoother life than yours. It assumes there is a clean leftover every month just waiting to be saved. For a lot of people, that is not real life. Rent changes. Hours change. Groceries jump. Petrol or gas jumps. The car needs something. The child needs something. The whole month moves. The Federal Reserve keeps finding that a huge share of adults cannot cover even a modest emergency without borrowing or moving things around. Bankrate keeps finding that fewer than half of households can comfortably absorb a $1,000 surprise. That matters because it tells you the problem is not rare. It is ordinary. And J.P. Morgan Chase Institute research helps explain why. Lower-income households often live with income that moves around more than the advice assumes, which means a plan built on calm, predictable leftover money can fail, even if the person using it is completely serious. Richard Thaler's work on mental accounting helps here too. People do not experience money as one neat pool. We react very differently to a small, repeatable action than to a giant goal that keeps staring back at us. Big goals can feel noble at the start and impossible by the second month. A fixed unit feels different. Smaller. More concrete. Less dramatic. That matters more than most people realize. Good systems do not win because they are more inspiring. They win because they are easier to repeat when life is annoying. The damage from the wrong savings plan is not just that the account stays small. It is what keeps happening while the account stays small. The little emergencies do not stop coming because your plan looked good in January. Brennan does not fail because he lacks ambition. He fails because his ambition is attached to a plan that cannot survive the first hard month. So every time something goes wrong, he is back at the same kitchen table, moving numbers around, borrowing calm from next week, hoping the next restart is the one that holds. Dinah's life is not easier. That is the important thing to understand. Her pay does not magically get bigger. Her bills do not suddenly become kinder. What changes is what one small layer of money starts doing to her nervous system. A few months in, she is not safe from everything, but one bad bill no longer feels like the start of a collapse. Then something expensive does happen. An urgent dental procedure she cannot delay. And for the first time in years, she pays it without rewriting the whole month in her head. That is what most people misunderstand about an emergency fund on low income. It does not need to be finished before it starts helping. The first layer already changes how the month feels. That is why the sandbag wall is such a useful way to think about this. You do not wait for the full wall to be done before it starts protecting anything. Every bag helps. Every bag changes what gets through. A year of savings is the finished wall. But the first row still matters. The second row matters. 3 months of real survival money changes a life long before 12 months shows up. So here is the rule in plain language. First, the unit never changes. $50. Not whatever is left over. Not a percentage of a good paycheck. Not a catch-up number when you are feeling motivated. Just 50. One fixed unit. One repeatable move. That is what makes the rule survive. Second, extra money does not get to float around loose. When money gets freed or found, you catch it fast. A subscription gets canceled. A small refund arrives. Someone sends you money back. You work an extra shift. That money moves within 24 hours. Not eventually. Not when you feel disciplined. While it is still visible. Cass Sunstein's work on systems and friction is relevant here. The easier you make the right move and the faster you make it, the more likely it sticks in real life. Third, you stop trying to save in dramatic bursts. No big proud transfer because this week felt better. No catch-up move because you are feeling guilty. The fixed unit protects the system from your own mood swings. That sounds small, but it is one of the most important parts of the rule. The big save on a good week is often what creates the quit on a bad one. The ceiling keeps the plan boring. And boring is good. Boring stays alive. If this is already hitting close to something real in your own life, subscribe before we go further, because this channel exists for the people the standard money advice keeps leaving behind. Now here is why this works so well in practice. Dinah is not trying to stare down one giant end goal every payday. She is just adding the next bag. Brennan keeps trying to think in one huge jump. Save this much. Catch up by then. Fix the whole thing this month. Dinah's system asks less from her emotions. Brennan's system keeps asking for a better month than the one he actually has. And if you are in the UK, Australia, Canada, or anywhere else outside the US, the same logic applies. The currency is not the point. The unit is the point. It could be £50. It could be 50 Australian dollars. It could be 50 Canadian dollars. What matters is that the number is fixed, survivable, and repeated enough times that it starts to feel normal instead of heroic. The math here is simple. $50 a payday across 26 paydays in a year gives you $1,300. Add 1 or 2 captured bits of extra money that most people would have spent without noticing, and the number climbs faster than it first sounds. Add a high-yield savings account on top, and the money starts quietly helping itself. You are not building a mansion in month 1. You are building a buffer. And buffers change lives earlier than most people expect. Compare that with the ambitious plan Brennan chose. If the target is large enough that one rough month knocks it over, the system has no shock absorber. It may look mathematically stronger on paper, but behaviorally it is fragile. Dinah's rule looks small, but because it is built for a real week, it survives. That is the whole difference. The perfect plan on paper versus the alive plan in real life. 1 year of full survival money might still take time. That is fine. The point is not speed first. The point is continuity. 3 months of real protection is worth more than 10 beautiful savings plans that die before they can hold anything. The fun starts working before the finish line. That is the emotional math most advice forgets. The first step is to find your real survival number. Not the fantasy version. The stripped-down honest version. Housing. Food. Transport. Utilities. The bills that keep life standing up. That is the number you are protecting. The second step is to set one automatic $50 transfer tied to payday. One move. One amount. Done once so you do not have to keep making the decision when life is loud. If 50 is truly impossible where you are right now, use the largest fixed number that is still boring enough to survive a bad month. The third step is to make a capture rule for extra money. Refunds, cancellations, overtime, unexpected deposits. Give them 24 hours to become part of the wall before they dissolve back into the month. That is how you build savings when money is tight, without asking your willpower to do all the heavy lifting. This video is not here to tell you that $50 is magic. It is here to tell you that survival changes when the rule finally matches the life. That is the whole shift. A lot of people do not need more motivation. They need a smaller, stronger system. If a percentage plan has died on you before, that does not make you unserious. It may just mean the plan kept demanding a version of your life you do not actually live. And once you see that clearly, you stop turning every failed attempt into a judgment about yourself. You start looking at the design instead. The reason I like this rule is not that it is flashy. It is that it respects reality. It respects tight months. It respects income that moves around. It respects the fact that people need a plan that can stay standing through normal life, not just the ideal version of it. You do not have to save a year all at once. You build the next layer, and then the next one. And then one day the thing that used to break you becomes an expensive, boring afternoon. That is the win. Welcome to Good News Invest, where money starts making sense. Before you go, tell me in the comments what your honest savings situation looks like right now. And if a plan has died on you before, tell me what month it happened. Next, I am going to show you what happens after the safety is built and why where you keep it changes everything. Click the next video on your screen.